everybody. Welcome back to Feed the Beast Ultimate. Aw, yeah. I would just like to say that unfortunately my last couple of videos I was recording with a weird microphone setup and there was a weird echo. So I extremely apologize about that, but it should be fixed now. And speaking of microphones, I need a shorter seat because I feel like I'm really emphasizing my S's. Do you guys hear that? I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, I took 4 books and stacked them on top of each other and put my microphone on it. So yeah, I really need a shorter chair because that's what it took for the microphone to reach my mouth. And one of them is a dictionary. I mean, come on. And well, one of them's kind of small, but the other 2 are something to be reckoned with. Anyway, so on the agenda today, I only got 3 of the 5 things I wanted to get done from last episode, so I'll just do those 2 things first. And after that, I want to move over to my new house. Finish building it, get some glass in there. So yeah. I'm going to start setting up a crafting recipe, and I'm going to show you some new things. I am going to make a new type of cabling, because copper cabling is not the only type of cabling there is, and what we're going to use is tin cabling. Now, tin cabling has its ultra-low current, and as you can imagine, it has an advantage and a disadvantage. The disadvantage is that it's ultra-low current, and it can only transmit, I think it's like 5 EU per tick. But solar panels just produce 1 apiece, so we're fine. The advantage is they have extremely little energy loss. I don't know if I've talked about energy loss at all, but there is that, and it's nighttime. I don't want to leave my door open. The moon's rising. I don't want monsters to spawn. There we go. So yeah, energy loss, right? So with copper cables, I think it's every 2.5 blocks, 1 EU per tick is lost. So when you're only generating 2, that's not optimal because I think we're going to need to run this more than 2.5 blocks. But this can run 40 blocks before it even loses any. And that's just 1 EU per tick. Well, I mean, because if we had, what am I trying to say here? If we had copper cables, then we would, after running at 5 blocks, we'd run out of power because it's 2, and every 2.5 it loses. So I'm going to see if I can dig into my workshop here, and that looks like something I succeeded at doing. That was kind of weird. So I'm going to connect these tin cables to my bat box here. Can I, like, jump place these? Oh, I can. I don't want that to connect to my generator at all, because generators will produce more than that tin cable will handle. So what happens if you put more into it than it can handle? It will like sizzle out and disappear, which is not optimal. And I'm gonna need more tin cabling. So I'll be right back after I wire these solar panels and not die of hunger. So you will see here that we have 2 solar panels up and running. Yeah, I was just jumping so you could see that they weren't just white blocks. So our bat box should be generating power, and it is. As for this generator, I mean, I do want it as backup energy, but I don't really know where to put it, so I'll just shove it there. Why not? So if we're running really low on power, we can do that, and do want to seal this off just so nothing gets through, like monsters or something like that. That's good enough. And I'll just seal up the whole thing. So I was talking about I was going to craft something else new. Or not else, because that wasn't really crafting. But I was going to make something new. So I was just smelting up some rubber for that, and I'll be right back. So now I have everything I need to make this, and it is a new tool. And it's a mining tool, so that should be a big hint if you know anything about industrial craft. And it is... Dun-dun-dun. Oh wait, I know what I did wrong. Alright, this took me quite a long time, but I still couldn't figure out how to disable something, which is the Greg Tech expensive recipe for drills. And it requires these, which are not part of regular industrial craft. Regularly, it's just refined iron, 5 refined iron, and then a circuit and a battery. So unfortunately, it looks like I'll have to cheat it in because you should be able to disable it, and I searched for quite a while and couldn't find out. So I don't have cheat mode on. I feel really bad about doing this, but Greg Tech is just evil. But I've like disabled every other expensive recipe I had. I just couldn't figure out this one. But now we have just legitimate-ish mining drill because, you know, we gave it the materials that it normally needs. So yeah, a mining drill is quite cool. It's for mining, obviously, and you can see that's not a very fast mining speed, is it? Well, that's because it runs on battery power. As you saw, it required a battery and a circuit, so it's an electronic device. Is the sun setting? It might very well be, and by might very well be, it is. I'll be right back once I make it morning. Alright, well, here we are, and our mining drill is still empty, 0 out of 10,000 EU. It can hold 10,000 EU. But we can charge it up in our bat box. And you can see it's draining the power. Unfortunately, this thing runs out of power pretty darn fast. Because I think one drillage is 80, I think. Oh, it's only 50, that's not too bad, but I think, didn't it used to be 80? Oh, it's 80 for the diamond drill, isn't it? Yeah. So this thing is good at mining stone and dirt. So this thing has 200 uses before it runs out. That was kind of weird. I was just like, you just kind of heard me say 2. So yeah, I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it makes do. And it's good enough as an iron pick. It mines like iron pick level ores, which makes sense. I mean, we used iron in it. And since I like usually use my stone pick anyway and just use like the iron pick for iron pick level mining things, I just do the same thing, except instead of an iron pick, I use a mining drill. But then once I get like better energy storage for it, like better portable energy storage, I do that. So the next thing I want to work on, which I was supposed to do last episode, is the extractor. So I will be right back once I'm ready to make that. Okay, I got some of the materials needed to create the extractor, and unfortunately, or I don't know, maybe not too unfortunately, I died off camera. Just fell off the little cliff over there. And I did found that I'm low on wood and copper, and I found that, but I had plenty of copper ore. I had a whole stack. So I figured this was a good time to show my little, like the simplest build you could ever do. But if that's a big step, because the simplest build you could ever do is the first build you could ever do, and so the first build you could ever do is an important one. So yeah, we all know how the macerator works, grinding stuff into dust. It's really slow. So let me just get my access panel back here. So you can see I turn this on and this thing starts pumping. And you can see the copper dust is flowing through the pipe. It's so cool. We're just going to follow its slow little journey. It's not horribly fast. There are faster pipes than these, but I'm not too concerned about that at this point. And it goes into here. And voila. It smelts. Oh, there's more coming. Look at them. Slowly but surely. Because slow and steady always wins the race. Guys, unfortunately, I was doing a lot of stuff and I was talking to you guys, and then I realized it wasn't recording. So, whoops. That was a major whoops. So let's see, what did I do? I collected wood. I don't even know like how far I came before I did stuff, but I started planning out a build. because what I was going to do is, I don't think geez, I missed a lot. I don't know if I showed you that I built the roof. So I built the roof of my house. I made an extractor, and to make room for it, I had to rearrange my room a little bit, and I got rid of the pipes thingy, because while it was cool, it really wasn't necessary. It was removing one step, and it was really just a proof of concept to like show off pipes. So yeah, I put the redstone engine in here, that's why you see that. So a deployer, which I'm going to use for my next build, is something that right-clicks any item that's put into it. It right-clicks with the item that's in it. Okay, I've probably already said that. And an automatic crafting table. You set up a recipe in it, and it will automatically craft those things. And I was trying to make some glass for my house by taking water from my little infinite water pool and putting it and just crafting it in the bucket with some cracked sand, grabbing a sand, putting it here. And I made 4 sand. I used one of them as a glass to make some more pipes. And I was sick and tired of it. So, even though, well, this might be a little bit overkill, it's fun to make builds, so we're gonna do it. Yes. So, I'll just kind of explain things that I might have done off camera as we go along. Oh, I also moved my crafting table over here, and I made a dump chest for my inventory. I also had some realizations while I was not recording. One of which was, see if I can get this to orient right. No. So one of those was that I am almost completely out of redstone. I'm really low on cobblestone, and I'm really low on wood. So, wait, did I just see the moon rising? Because if I did, I don't want to be in this open house. So, open house, it's like when realtors show off a house. So, screwdriver is like a wrench for a different mod called Red Power, which is the mod that has a deployer. There we go. Brilliant. So, if we put the bucket in here and we apply a redstone signal, then we should see nothing happening. That is very odd. Extremely odd. I'll be right back once I figure that out. Alright, we are back, and I have figured out what is wrong with my little deployer there. I'm not sure if this is a bug or something. I tried everything. I have like this little button here. I tried just pulsing it. But I figured out that I'm not sure if this is a bug or intentional, but for some strange reason, it needs to be positioned on the side of the water source. So I'm just going to set that up, and I'll be right back. So, like I said earlier, I've accidentally recorded some stuff off camera, or not recorded, but like I did stuff off camera by accident. And one of those things was I tore down our little weird piping system. And I know it's kind of weird, like, oh, it was our first build, but no, this is going to be our first build. That was just some lame thing. It's not that important, like removing one step. I'm not that crazy about it. So yeah. But this is our first real build, and even though it's pretty easy to make glass, and yes, I'm sure someone's going to say it in the comments, I do realize we can macerate cobblestone, and that would be infinitely easier. But this is fun. We're just making this glass making system for fun, and it will be like our first somewhat useful build. It's not just automating one step. So as you can see, that did work. I was just when I had it on the side. So yeah, that's good. Just harvesting some wood here. I'm not sure if I said this, but I might have. I am extremely megally low on wood. Oh, I also forgot to talk about the whole reason why I tore down that piping system, because I was talking about it. I would have left it there, but I did make an extractor when I was like meant to show it to you. But I did make the extractor, and there was just really no place for it to go with the piping system being there. So this is how I always chop down my trees, in case I've never shown it on camera. I'm pretty sure I did, but just in case. I just jump on, I leave all of them except the bottom log so I can stand on it just for a little extra reach. And then I break the leaves until I get the sapling, break the bottom block, and I don't put a pipe there. I put a sapling there so that the trees regrow. We got to be green, replant, and yeah. And of course my dog is barking. What could be better? So I've dug myself into a little hole here. I'm underneath my little system, and I'm just setting up a redstone engine. You saw this before, but we just need our redstone engine to pump stuff out of the wooden pipe, or pump stuff out of the inventory the wooden pipe is connected to, because the wooden pipe needs energy. So we're just going to turn that on. We're probably just going to leave it on, and any item that's in there will just be pumped out. So basically the thing's going to fill up with water, and then it's going to start pumping. Not sure if I've talked about this. This is an auto crafting table. And you put a recipe in there, and then any items that go into there, it will attempt to make the recipe. And water buckets don't stack, so that's a problem. So what you need to do to fix that is you need a chest next to the thing, and it'll pull items out of that inventory that don't stack to craft it. So just using even more wood here. Good thing I chopped down that tree. So the water bucket will go into that chest, and then the auto crafting table will just automatically pull from the chest, or any adjacent inventory for that matter, to complete its recipe, which in this case is combining water and cracked sand to make regular sand. Yay. So let's just test it out, because we'll keep cracked sand in there obviously, and I'll use that to pull for its recipe. And alright, I slept through the night, and I'm starving to death. And I just did the stuff, and I made what I needed for another redstone engine. So, and I'm gonna pump. The thing about the auto crafting tables is they don't do the work. It's a wooden pipe that's attached to them that does the work. So it'll pull out of them. And oh yes, you can see the extractor is there, and the piping system isn't. It's the one all the way on the right. So yes, you can see we're using sand to make, because we need sand to make our sand machine. It's just like the thing, like you need to spend money to make money, you know? Yeah. So the wooden pipe is what will actually like complete the recipe, and it'll pull the items out. So that will pull the sand out of there, and I guess deposit it into another chest, which I need to make. And I think I need more wood. Just spending more and more money to make more and more money. And by money, we mean sand. Except now we're spending wood to make sand. So, I don't even know. But, oh, I just breathed on my microphone. That probably wasn't a good idea. It probably sounded like a giant tornado was in your ears. I am so sorry, headphone users. Very sorry. Alright, I'll be right back once I have the wood I need. Alright, looks like our system is ready for testing. So, we're gonna pull the lever, we need a bucket. Now we need to spend iron to make sand. This is just getting ridiculous. Alright, as usual, I died again off camera. So, I'm gonna put my bucket in there, and it's gonna get pulled out before I can do that. That is an annoying problem, because I probably could just be fast enough to like pull it out before, like pull the lever before it pulls it out, but that's annoying. So there's something, they have advanced wooden pipes in this. Advanced wooden pipes are kind of like filter pipes. They're not advanced wooden pipes in this, they're emerald pipes. And as you probably know, I don't have any emeralds. How do I solve this problem? No, it still got pulled out before it was filled. Let me think about how to solve this problem, and I'll be right back. Alright, well, the only solution I could think of, this is just temporary, by the way, is just this messy little access panel. But I'm just testing out to make sure that every other part of my build works right now. So that fills up with water, then we turn on the engine, and it should pump out. Yep, we got a water bucket. The water bucket should go into that chest. It's excruciatingly slowly. Crafting table should craft, and yes! We've got sand! Woo! Yeah. Yeah, like I said, this is just a temporary solution. You can see how we're invading into our other little room. I didn't mean to place that. Now, if I can't think of a better way to automate this, I'm probably just going to end up macerating cobble. Which would be unfortunate because I want to do it the fancy way, but this might just be too early in the game to do something like this. But after this episode, which is ending pretty soon, I'm going to go mining, maybe even find some emeralds, but I doubt it. I'll look for a mountain biome, but, you know, might be hard, especially with all these extra biomes around. And I just need more resources in general. And I'll think about it. I'll definitely try and think of another way to automate this, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So, yeah, I mean, I also need to, like, get the bucket back into the deployer so that it can just loop without me putting it back in and then pulling the lever again. So, yeah. I guess with that, we'll just have to end off the video. So I'll see you later.